Hey everyone, happy Thursday. Alyssa here, your nutritionist and gut expert. I am back in the construction zone. We are still mid-process, and I gotta be honest with you, I was feeling a little bit funky this week, and I was like, I just don't feel like doing anything. I need a vacation, a very long one, in fact, and it's what inspired this talk tonight. I got to tell you, I have been pushing and pushing and pushing and doing what I needed to do. And I realized that I was witnessing that in a lot of our clients and in our community. And I wanted to do a whole talk on this. So let me tell you, if you haven't been following me or you've missed the last few months of updates, I've been in this season of change of getting married and moving and floods and living in a hotel room and like all of these different pieces going on in my life, and all beautiful, wonderful, positive, great things. And at the same time, still very challenging season of change. And I have been witnessing this deep desire within myself to slow down and stop pushing and rest, and giving myself permission to break through a lot of the dialogue of work harder, faster, raise the bar, do more, be more, all of those things. And the interesting thing is, as I started to witness this more in myself, I was also witnessing it in our clients, as I shared, but specifically seeing this in client test results. And I know you guys are all going to ask, I'm going to just tell you it right now. So hair mineral analysis testing, we're able to see your metabolic type, see if you are burnt out, if you are in overdrive. We can see deficiencies, heavy metal toxicity, all these things going on. We do a lot of different testing in the Love and Trust Your Guts program, but it's specifically in that particular test where I'm able to see whether our clients are in this heightened state of fight or flight. In other words, your body thinks that you have a bear chasing after it all of the time. And so you're go, 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 go. Like your body is just like all the time. And as you can imagine, after you do that for a while, your body taps out and it's like, fuck that noise. Can't keep up with that. I am going to just crash. And when you hit the crash stage, this is where you hit this slow metabolic type, where essentially if there were a bear chasing after you, your body would be like, whatever, come at me. I'd rather take a nap, thanks. And so I am witnessing 90% of our clients are falling into the slow metabolic, burnt out, absolutely exhausted state. And I really got thinking about, where is this coming from? What is the root of this? Beyond gut issues. And what I'm seeing in day-to-day society in many different areas, I see it a lot in the business world. I also see it a lot in parenthood, being a mom especially. You gotta be all the things that you should, like, here's the ask, here's what we're told. You need to push harder, work harder, do things faster, be more, do more, be in all the places at once. You need to do everything for everyone else. You need to sacrifice yourself. You need to put yourself last. That is the ask. That is the dialogue, right? And despite how you feel, you need to do all of this exceptionally well. Despite being in pain every day, despite being so bloated you don't fit in your clothes, despite not pooping for a couple of days or weeks, or can't stop pooping, despite being dehydrated, despite being depleted, despite all of your gut issues, you need to be this high-performing, crazy human being. Like, it is just so unrealistic. And what tends to happen is, in this dialogue, at the end of the day, you never feel like you're enough. Who here has ever done this? Do you ever, you sit down and you're like, oh my God, I just need to rest. So you sit down and you take a breath, and then you're like, oh, but I have to go do that thing. And so you get up and you get going again. I was really witnessing that while we were moving. And, you drop all your shit when you move, and then you sit for a half a second, and you're like, oh my God, but I got to go put this stuff away, or I got to go do that thing, or I have to go support this client, or I have to go, my staff are looking for this. There's just always something going on. And so that is what we need to talk about tonight, is this constant pressure to keep pushing. Because what happens is, again, when you are in this constant state of stress, you will be forced into fight or flight. And when you're in fight or flight, your body is not able to digest and rest, or rest and digest. So you might find that you feel like you're not digesting your foods properly, and every time you eat, you bloat. You might find that your, hair's thinning, your skin is dry, your nails are brittle and ridged. You might find that you don't sleep at night. You either have trouble getting to sleep or staying asleep. And when you start noticing these symptoms, let that be a sign you have exited rest and digest, and you are on the verge of burnout. And so tonight, what I want to talk to you about is how we need to work more, how we need to put more energy into getting into rest and digest, because I'm seeing in the health industry a tremendous focus on supplementation and dieting. We'll call it what it is. It's dieting. Low FODMAP diet, GAPS diet, specific carbohydrate diet, elimination diet. These diets are not in service to your health. You might be watching this and you're like, yeah, but I've been doing them and I feel so much better. Yeah, but what's the long-term plan? Because you cannot restrict yourself the rest of your life, right? So this focus, this hyper focus on supplementation and dieting as a means to resolving gut issues is a dead-end street, my friend. Because without making sure that your body is able to get into rest and digest, you will chronically stay in either fight or flight, where your body is constantly burning on high drive, is actively depleting your good bacteria, your digestive enzymes, affecting gut motility, causing leaky gut, causing inflammation, or you'll be on the opposite end of the spectrum and you will be in straight out burnout, where your body is not able to absorb nutrients, it's not able to replenish, it's not able to repair deficiencies. And what I'm seeing is, I'm going to let you know, if you're in this burnt out stage, there are a lot of things that your body will not be strong enough to tackle at that point. Let me give you some examples. What we see with our clients: if you have heavy metal toxicity, if you have certain overgrowth of bacteria, your body's going to be really hard pressed to tackle these bacteria when it is completely depleted and burnt out. And so the first thing that has to happen is getting into rest and digest. So let's talk about, how do we cool the nervous system so that you can be cool as a cucumber, right? Cool as a cucumber. That's the goal. All right. If you need to write that down somewhere, cool as a cucumber. All right. That is your goal. So here are some of the ways that you want to implement some safeguards to ensure that you have even a fighting chance of getting into rest and digest. Okay, the first one is boundaries. It is the thing that has to happen. It is so critical. And I see a lot of people who really struggle with boundaries. So what do boundaries look like? Boundaries look like if you're doing shit you don't want to be doing in your life. Like if people are asking you to do things and you don't want to do them, but you do them anyways. One way you can set a boundary is by saying, I'm no longer available to do this thing for you, right? Some other types of boundaries are time spent. So you might say, I would love to come and join you for dinner. Thank you so much for the invite. We'll come and join you for dinner, but we won't be able to stay late tonight because you need to go home and rest, right? You can also create topic boundaries. If there's a topic that is stressing you out, so for example, there's some conversations, I'll give you some, I don't want to talk about COVID. I don't want to discuss it. And the reasons for that doesn't really matter. I'm not interested in discussing COVID with certain individuals in my family. And so I have set some boundaries by saying, happy to have conversation with you, and let's talk about something other than COVID, right? You can create topic boundaries, but boundaries need to be set. Let me give you one more example, guys, and this kind of segues into the next one. And the next one is asking for help. So the boundary is, hi, I need help. I am unable to do this for you any longer. Or I'm unable to do all of this on my own. I need your help. Or would you mind putting the kids to bed for me tonight so that I can take some time for myself so that I don't wake up an angry bear tomorrow, right? You could say, I am going to, let's say it's the weekend, I am going to climb into bed and I'm going to sleep through the night. And tomorrow morning, family, let it be known that I am not getting out of bed until I am ready. You may feel free to join me in bed, but I am not leaving bed until I am ready. These are some boundaries that you can set. And the second thing, asking for help was kind of the second thing, but also in that second thing is you need to be okay with letting people down. You need to be okay with pissing people off, which is not a reflection on you. It is a reflection on their emotional maturity. And often when we set boundaries, people who don't have boundaries don't like it. And so they have temper tantrums. That's not a reflection on you. So you need to get really comfortable with when you set these boundaries and you ask for help. You need to be comfortable with the response that's going to come. You need to be okay with offending people. You need to be okay with not making people happy because you need to take care of you. And the reality is that you can't be of service to anyone or anything, and you can't show up your best self when you are absolutely burnt out. Now, you might be wondering, why do I need to do these things? How does this connect to rest and digest? If you are constantly pushing and you are constantly go, then you are directly feeding into this fight or flight response, which is directly impacting your gut and keeping you depleted, continually causing damage and preventing your ability from healing, or preventing you from healing, right? And so the best way that you can rest and digest is calming your nervous system and actually giving yourself some space. And in order for you to get space, you need to say no. You need to, again, ask for help. And both of those things require boundaries. So I hope this is making sense for you guys. And what you're probably witnessing is one of two things. One, you're probably watching this being like, this is so me. You might be watching this and you're like, oh my God, I am being called out right now. And I know I need to work on this. The second type of person probably already exited the video. Because here's the thing. When you are feeling confronted, when there's something that you really need to implement and is feeling like a real challenge, your ego is going to try to protect you. It's going to try and tell you that, no, you are meant to sacrifice yourself for your children. You are meant to put everyone else first, and that prioritizing you and your health is selfish. Your ego is going to give you all of the reasons as to why you should put yourself last, why you should push harder, set a goal, and as soon as you get close to it, rip the rug out from under yourself and set a higher goal. It's going to tell you that you need high expectations because that's the way that you will be worthy and lovable by the people around you. And I want you to know that right now, you as you are, in this moment, just as you are here in this moment, you are enough. You're enough. If you did nothing more today, it would be enough. If taking care of your health today was all you accomplished, and you skipped out on feeding everyone around you, you skipped out on cleaning the house, you left the kitchen a freaking mess, and you didn't get your work done at work, if all you managed to do was schedule in some self-care and cool your jets so that you felt cool as a freaking cucumber, that would be enough. And even in the moments when we disappoint people because we don't do what they want us to do, because they want us to put them first because they're not willing to put themselves first, when they want you to sacrifice yourself in order to take care of them because, again, they're not willing to do it for themselves, that's a problem. That's a really big problem. And even in those moments when you are not willing to sacrifice yourself and you set a boundary and you say no and you piss off those people, you're still enough. You're still enough and you're still worthy of love. That does not make you not lovable. It makes you even more deserving of it. And until we get this really figured out internally, guys, and we do this for ourselves, we are going to be stuck in this cycle of sickness, because fight or flight, these high levels of expectations that society are putting on us and therefore we put on ourselves, are not in service to you healing. And it's interesting, today, every Thursday, we have our client coaching call, and we had a few people that were struggling with nausea. And I always share with people that one of the number one causes of nausea is stress and anxiety. And I want you to know that this pressure that you feel, this angst that you feel, this go, 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 do better, be more dialogue that we have been taught is like a direct punch in the gut every single day. Every single moment you push through the pain and don't rest, it's like a punch in the gut. And so you are deserving of rest and digest. You are deserving of resting so that you can digest. Okay? And you are capable of healing. You are worthy of love. And you taking care of yourself does not take away any of that. So I'm sending you guys so much love tonight. I'm going to go and rest and digest this evening, because I can't speak English anymore. Yeah. I'm going to go and rest and digest tonight. And I encourage you guys to do the same. So if you had something on the agenda, see if you can get out of it. See if you can sneak your way out of it. In fact, I'm going to share with you, I'm going to go have a hot bath, and then I'm going to climb directly in bed and curl up. And I have a really fun project that I'm working on right now. And so I'm going to look into that a little bit, and that feels so good to me. And so I'm sharing that with you guys because I want you to find what that looks like for you tonight. Cancel whatever plans you have or whatever expectations that have been put on you, and go do something for yourself. And then repeat that tomorrow and the next day. And I'm going to leave you with this, because self-care is not something that you do once a week. It's something that you implement every single day. All right, guys. I love you all. Have an amazing night, and we'll see you next week. Bye.